So this is really sort of important in terms of really hammering down the structure of what this is going to look like, that disbursement of trying to tap those underlying Russian assets, of which there are about 300 billion that are being held right now, mostly in Europe, and dispersing that about $50 billion over to Ukraine. So what we understand and what we've just broken in the last few minutes is that the form that this will take is multiple loans done sort of bilaterally between each of the G7 countries. The EU will be its own bloc, and each of these loans will be then given to Ukraine. And this is the key detail here. The question was, how much will everyone contribute? It's going to be proportional to the size of the economy. And these are sort of the details that we're getting and sort of the nitty-gritty that the G7 leaders have been here to work out. Because, of course, Guy, there's been a political agreement for this for some time. These are the details of how it's going to work. And then eventually those loans that are given by those individual countries and that bloc will be repaid over time by the sort of proceeds from the Russian assets, the profits from the Russian assets going forward. And this is really important, Guy, because this is a bid for a lot of these countries, which now increasingly more than ever face political challenges with their sort of possible support of Ukraine going forward, to say nothing of the U.S. election, where Donald Trump has sort of been a wild card for what the support would look like for Ukraine. This is the move in order to get that financial footing for the Ukrainian defense to become solid for the years to come, really.
Ollie, you talk about the November elections in the United States. Let's factor that into our thinking. How quickly will this money be available? When does it come? Does it come pre-November or after November?
Well, Guy, this is another detail that we're chasing, and I think that the difficulty is that they want to come out with this very strong political message to say, we agree to get this done by year end, and really what they would like to do is really to get it out and get it to Ukraine before the year end. Remember, the election is, of course, in November, but the inauguration is not till January. So I think from the Biden administration's perspective, as long as they can get that deal, figure out all those little nitty-gritty details, and then get those payments flowing by the end of this year, which is the goal from what we understand, that will be sort of safe, so-called, from any sort of sabotage.
Ollie, is this money going to be used for buying weapons? Is this going to be money that's used to support the military? Is this money that's going to be used to support the civilian population, reconstruction? Are there any limits or criteria that are being applied to the money that is going to be given to Ukraine?
Yeah, Guy, so we understand that this money is going to be used for military purposes, but also for reconstruction. But you're right to point this out as a major question, particularly within the EU, right, Guy? There have been member states of the EU with their other various funding programs that have been very reticent to sign up to anything that would go, say, towards lethal aid to Ukraine, right? There's been some objections, not the least of which from Hungary, which has really thrown a lot of spanner in the works. So we don't have all of the details yet, but what we do understand from the architects of this is what they would like to see it go to is that military spend and also that reconstruction.